Oh, Sprixie. Oh, Sprixie Princess. Sorry about what I said. I'm really regretting it now. You guys remember when I made that video? Ultra Smash's roster and my thoughts about that? I had a lot of dislike for Sprixie, didn't I? Yeah, well, I regret it. I've regretted it. You know, I've seen that video months ago. I've regretted it months ago. And, now I'm regretting saying it even more so. This has to do with my thoughts on Mario Sports Superstars and its full character roster. Well, without further ado, I guess here are my thoughts on this game and its roster. Okay, so where to begin, I guess. When this game was announced in September, I didn't initially think it was going to be that great. I wasn't too excited for it, to be honest. I thought it was like more of a casual experience than a hardcore one or whatever. But fast forward to last month, January, and yeah, I got more excited for it. I initially remember that one guy saying there's more to this game than one may think. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. All right, well, let's give it a chance. And then, now there are trailers coming out for each of the sports, like, one video a week until its release kind of thing, which is cool. I kind of like when Nintendo does that. But yeah, anyway. I got more excited for it in January because I saw more footage, and the amiibo cards helped a lot too. It's actually a very genius idea because of the fact, in real life there are cards based on players, right? Like baseball cards, for example. So it's kind of cool. It's a genius idea in my opinion. I think it's great. They've already done cards with Animal Crossing. So I don't know the actual term for sports cards, like baseball cards, for example. So I'm sorry. I sound like a dumbass right now. But what I'm going to talk about is a bit more dumbass-ish. So yeah, I don't feel all that bad anymore. I guess let's look at the roster right now. Let's see what's here at the moment. To be honest, it looks great. I don't know how anyone can complain about these characters. All right. You have Mario and Luigi, of course. Peach and Daisy. And then you got pairs like Yoshi and Birdo, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, that stuff. Like that you gotta implore, because Diddy Kong and Birdo have been neglected, I think, for a while now. They're not in Mario Kart 8, and they still won't be, even after Deluxe, which is stupid. They got a good selection now. I think the roster is good. It's acceptable. But yeah, very, very noticeable difference there compared to, Wii. They got more from Wii, but not those. And then, Ultra Smash, like I mentioned before, they're not in there either. Even though Berta was mentioned. I guess she's mentioned in 8 too, but I don't know. It's dumb. Really, really dumb. They did that stuff for Dry Bowser, and then look what happened. So I don't get it. Anyways, characters that we have are Wario and Waluigi, of course. Baby Mario and Baby Luigi, I'm not upset about. I think they're staples in the sports games, of course. At least they knew when to stop, right? You got Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, done. All right, let's move on. So, yeah, they're cool. And I think they're getting, new redesigns or, new renders for their cards, I think. So, that's pretty awesome. And then you got Boo and Rosalina. Okay, yeah, solid roster. I'm not going to lie. It's very, very good. These 16 characters, they need to keep going with this. I think this sets the standard for future sports experiences. So, yeah, all in all, sounds like a really great roster, right? Sounds pretty good. I can get on board. These characters are great. Diddy Kong and Birdo, for one thing. Or two things. That's something notable right there. But it's those question marks that are bothering me. Now, throughout the video, I may sound really upset. The roster isn't bad, and if I make it sound like that, I'm sorry. Sometimes, I let anger get the better of me. But with that, I'm going to explain some concerns. So, the first question box. I was wondering what the first one could be, right? They didn't really show it in the trailers, so it's still up for debate on who it could be, right? But I found something online, and it proves that Metal Mario exists. So let's get this picture here. And yeah, as you can see on the bottom screen, there he is. So that's Metal Mario. He's confirmed. Already, I feel a bit bummed out by this because, it's just another clone. Like I said, I don't mind Baby Mario, but to have a third Mario in a character roster that has 18 slots, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's certainly limiting the, possibilities, right? It's kind of unfortunate. Again, it's not the worst thing ever, but I would have chosen someone else for sure. An actual different character, not just a clone. He may play differently because he's metal, but still, I would have rather a different choice. So overall, it's kind of upsetting, but not the worst thing ever. I can sort of be on board with this, but kind of not. I'm very indifferent with this. Now for something that I know for a fact that I am completely disappointed in. If there is a character that was introduced in Mario Kart 8, quote unquote, and made us really upset, most of us anyway, one of the worst decisions they've ever made for a character in a game ever, is Pink Gold Peach. Now, I remember when they first showed this off, right before 8 was out. I remember how excited the person was announcing it. Or, I don't know.
Next up, we have our second metallic racer, Pink Gold Peach. Check out the chic glow this lovely lady exudes. The metallic princess is definitely a heavyweight. Oh, isn't that beautiful?
I don't really know how you can make a big deal about this and sound happy. I know they're trying to sell the game and everything, or they were, but it's just how? I don't understand. I really, really don't. Is it laziness? I don't see what else it is. And some of you are probably wondering, oh no, he's not going to say what I think he's going to say, is he? And I'm afraid so. That last character slot is Pink Gold Peach. I'm really, really disappointed by this. Like I said, we already got, the normal roster, right? 16 characters. It's a very good selection. Very good. So don't get me wrong. But what is this? I was kind of feeling indifferent about Metal Mario, but this, no. All right, to me, this has to stop. I didn't honestly think that this, because I can't really call the character, or I can't really say she, I can't really say this character, quote unquote. I can't say that because that's not the case. That's not a character. So, and I can't really say she because it's not different. It's the same thing. This has to stop. I was so certain, and yeah, this is what I was going to say. I was so certain that she was going to appear in 8 and that's all. Like, they would never make that mistake again. Because I consider this a mistake. A big one. A great one. I thought this would be a one-time thing. And I'm sure many of you thought that too. In fact, you probably didn't even think about it. Because it's just, whatever. It's just there. That's it. One-time thing. But no, it's happening again. Which means in the future, Pink Gold Peach could be a thing once more. Now, last time I checked, Pink Gold Peach is in 8, and now in this game. So 2 appearances. I don't think there's a third game that I'm unaware of. I think it's just these 2 now. But yeah, it needs to stop. This has to stop. I don't understand why they do this. I really don't. All right. We have a sports roster that has 3 Marios, 2 Luigis, and 2 Peaches. All right. Now, if I calculate this right, that's like 4 characters that are basically wasted. I mean, the babies are fine, I guess. I don't know. I'm being a hypocrite. I'm just mad. I'm just upset, you know? And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Like, I don't understand their fixation with this. Or I don't know if I said that right. I don't understand why they're fixated on putting clones in games. Like, if you're going to do that, okay, I guess. But at least accommodate by having a wide variety of characters. At least that. Hey, Namco Bandai, remember Super Sluggers? Remember that roster? On how great it was? Where's that? I'm not asking for like 40 plus characters, but my God. Like, at least have some accommodations here. If you're gonna have clones, have more slots then. Or, how about do it like Smash did with the Koopalings? You know, with Bowser Jr. That's kind of weird. That's 1 slot. In Mario Kart 8, it's 8 slots for the same damn thing. I'm never gonna understand this ever. I really am not. Never. I mean, am I missing something? Do people like this stuff and I'm the only one that doesn't? Like, I just hate this. I hate clones if there's no accommodations. I really hate it. And, you know, some people can make the argument, oh, well, Mario Power Tennis, you know, one of the best Mario sports games ever made. In fact, it may still be someone's favorite. Remember how that game had Fly Guy? Come on, this isn't the first time they've made a bad choice with their rosters. And that is true. I will admit that right now. I'll be the first to admit it. It was kind of bad. But at least it's a subspecies of Shy Guy. At least it's something that existed. They took something that was already in some games and made that a character. Like, you know, make that a character in the roster. I understand it's just a Shy Guy with what I understand to be a propeller, and that's kind of it. And, you know, slap a class on him. Yeah, I get that. I understand it's a little upsetting, for sure. I could see where that's coming from. Don't get me wrong. But the least that you can say is that that existed already. At least. It sucks, but at least you can say, well, that existed already, so. Like, I can't stress that enough. At least that. This is nothing. It's like, there's probably going to be like one person out there that's like, oh, well, they are taking something from something. They're taking Pink Gold Peach from Mario Kart 8. It's like, don't give me that shit. You obviously know that that's not what I meant. So, yeah, overall, this roster is very good, but with some, some inconveniences along the way. I'm still going to be excited for the amiibo cards, but not quite as much now, because now I know that there's going to be merchandise of this. And it's just further like, I'm afraid it's going to be, like, further pushed. You know, oh, yeah, it's going great, right? Let's do more of it. Like I said, this has to stop. All right? Now, someone's argument could be like, oh, well, it's just a video game, right? Obviously, you're not in the same crowd as me, so we're not going to get along. But, you know, other than that, right? Obviously. Like, I knew that there were going to be 90 cards because 18 characters plus 5 sports, so 90. But now I know that 5 of those cards are going to be Pink, Gold, Peach. And the other 5 are going to be Metal Mario, which, like I said, isn't that bad. But I'm kind of indifferent about it. But yeah, just to know, like, other than Baby Mario and Baby Luigi, of course, I'm not talking about them, I guess. But now I know that 10 of those cards, like 10 out of the 90, are just going to be clones. Great. Just great. You know, I'm okay with having some renders that are very similar. You know, some of the cards aren't going to have brand new designs, and that's fine. I can get past that. I can understand saving time to an extent. Whatever. Using the same renders for that, you know, I'm fine. That I can at least understand to a point. Great. But at least it's not this. Anyway, I really don't like that. I guess I'm done with what I wanted to say. That's it. I mean, like always, you guys let me know what you think. Personally, yeah, I think these 2 choices are not good. One of them being terrible. But yeah, overall the roster is still very good. And these 16 characters need to be the standard. These 2, they don't need to be. Like, they can go. Anywho, let me know what you guys think about this. It just sucks that part of these cards are going to be them. Damn it. Oh, I'm sorry, Sprixie.